It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And I am out in Mesa, California doing a collection of entry pots today. So I thought that I would walk you through the process of planting up 3 full sun pots. La Mesa is hot in the summer, fairly mild in the winter. So the plants that I've chosen for this particular microclimate right here in this section are very, very heat tolerant. First, we're going to stage our sticks on fire. Now, you've heard me talk about this one before many times. This is the plant that has the sap that you want to be really, really careful of. Also, when dealing with this plant in a pot, I like to work with it as a cutting. It helps manage the growth because this is a plant that can literally take over the universe left unchecked. So I'm just going to squeeze out all the soil first because this is some good dirt. Then I'm going to disregard this root system. Now you can't necessarily do what I'm about to do with every succulent. But sticks on fire, this is a really, really tough one and does not mind being relieved of its roots at really any time of the year. And remember, I'm doing this specifically because I want to slow down the growth of this plant. It's going to take a long time to reestablish a root system and start growing. So I probably won't have to mess with the sticks on fire again for 2 or 3 years. And remember, if your succulent stands up, you've done your job. So here's our pretty sticks on fire, popped in there as a cutting. Now I'm going to do another plant, Crassula, argentea, Sunset Jade. This is another one that tolerates a lot of heat. Little sensitive to frost in the wintertime, but it'll be beautiful here in La Mesa. And I'm thinking I don't need this whole great big plant. So again, I'm just going to take and cut off some pieces of this. This gives me more control over where I put the plants too. So I'm just going to take this piece. I'm not going to harden it off. This is dry cactus and succulent mix. We're not going to water these pots for a couple of weeks. It'll give this wound plenty of time to callus and heal before any water hits it. So again, the reason for playing with these as cuttings is because I don't want to use the entire plant. It's too much plant in this pot. And I want to be able to decide exactly where I want the plant to go. So working with a cutting gives me that kind of flexibility to pack it in really tight. Another concern that some of you have had is it okay to plant succulents so closely together? Yes, succulents love it, and they just seem to knit together tighter and create more of a beautiful mosaic as time goes by. The third element will be our spiller. I'm going to use Hannah's favorite succulent, Portulacaria, afra, Variegata. Now you can see this is a lot of soil, a lot of root for that tiny little spot. So I'm just going to relieve the plant of some of its soil so that I can make room. And this plant works, it's a ground cover, so it will in time spill out over the side of the plant, or the pot, sorry. So see how I'm tucking that in? Look at these colors and textures. Look how compatible they are. You know, this is a very simple arrangement. These are very common plants, but this is a beautiful pairing. Sticks on fire, Euphorbia tirucalli, Crassula argentea Sunset Jade, and Portulacaria afra Variegata. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity reporting from La Mesa, California with your succulent tip of the day.